get some of this stuff off of my chest. But I don't know, like I said, so much stuff on my mind today. It's just kind of looking at where things are with the world and the behavior of most people, and I'm guilty of overanalyzing everything and just wonder what motivates people and what they're thinking, and I don't know. So there's the beginning of what I'm pondering. But anyway, like I said, just looking at the world situation and on the big stage of the world, just how things are lining up and things are happening. You know, it makes me wonder about where things stand with the world and God's plans. How much time do we have left? You know, and even if we do have another 25 years or longer, however long it may be, what guarantees that we're going to be around that long? So we all do stupid things every day. I'm driving and making a video, and you know, we all do stupid things every day that put our life at risk. If you're driving while I'm driving and making a video, your life is probably at risk too, so look out for me. But in all seriousness, does that cross anyone's mind about where they're going to spend eternity? Is that a big deal? I don't know. And I guess I kind of touched on this in my last video a little bit about how, you know, I used to think I was a good person and I was really just nonchalant about the whole thing. I was a good person. God forgives. He's merciful. But are we really good people? How righteous are we? And I guess that's kind of what really has me on a tangent today, is just, you know, knowing people, or, you know, just even watching Facebook statuses and seeing, you know, Bible verses 1 minute, you know, and something really edifying, and then followed up with rowdy behavior on the weekend, or, you know, just something completely mean-spirited later on. And not saying I'm not guilty of ever doing that same thing. I'm not trying to be holier than thou. Please don't take this that way. I'm just really concerned. And, you know, if we think about it, you know, how many times have you lied this week? You know, that's one of the top 10. How many times have you lied this week? Have you asked for forgiveness for that? Are you really, truly repentant for that? Are you remorseful? Do you feel bad? You know, I don't know. I just see so many people in the world that don't seem to care anymore. But, you know, outside of that, here's something else that gets me. I hear people talk about, you know, finding their salvation because they want to get to heaven and they want to save themselves. It's all about me. Me. I wanna be saved. I wanna go to heaven. I wanna avoid, you know, trials and tribulations. I want. And I don't know. Again, I look at things weird and I look at things differently than everyone else, and I can't say that I didn't have that same motivation at some point during my life too. But again, I'm weird, but that's not me now. If I make it, and I hope to, I plan to, that's you know, something I'm striving for, but that's not the motivating reason anymore. And maybe it has something to do with, you know, I'm sure it has something to do with it. It's all changed with me, my motivation, my perspective. Everything changed when I went back and started reading the Old Testament in the front of the book and the Torah for myself. When I started pursuing a relationship with God, with Yahweh, when I started pursuing Him, when I wanted a relationship with Him, that's when my perspective changed. When I started, well, and I guess I'll interrupt myself. When you want a relationship with somebody, what do? You study them. You find out what they like. You find out what they don't like. And you try to do the things that make them happy. You try to avoid doing the things that make them unhappy. And how many of us do that for God? How many of us go to His words and study Him to find out what He truly likes and what He doesn't like? How would it make you feel if you knew you put a smile on God's face today? But how would it make you feel to know that you disappointed him today? That's heavy. That bothers me. But those are the kind of things I think about. I want to be his servant. I want to be close to my King. I want to do things for him. I want to put a smile on his face. I want salvation to be close to my King. Not to save myself. I want to be close to him. I want to know him. And I'm sorry. I'm driving still, obviously. But anyway, it's my thoughts. I don't want to be found unrighteous. I don't want to be found disappointing him. I don't want to be a foolish virgin. I don't want to let my oil run out. And I do not want to be lukewarm. I do not want him to spit me out. Just something to think about. Are you lukewarm? Do you know what makes your King happy? Do you know what disappoints your King? Anyway, not trying to be a Debbie Downer today. Just probably be better if we ask ourselves these questions now. Ask yourself these questions now before he does on Judgment Day. Anyway, that's all I've got. Have a good afternoon. Bye.